Hello and welcome to the Smart Women in Business vlog and podcast, the first one for 2021. Today, yay! We made it through 2020. Today I am talking to Devonee Thaxton. Devonee's passion is setting small businesses up for success. She is deeply involved with the growth process and takes pride in her fine-tuned ability to catapult a brand towards their goals. She's also the founder of ProSavvy, a strategic performance agency that provides businesses with tailored structures to bring out the absolute best in their brands. Welcome, Devonee. It is a pleasure to have you here, all the way from Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, I'm from Denver.
It's cold there at the moment.
It should be. It's actually pretty nice. It's
Nice.
pretty nice. Yeah, 60 right in the middle of winter. It's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, it's like 23 Celsius here in the middle of summer. So I'm like having a nice relief day before it gets hot again.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah, I'm like, it's going to be super hot next week. Anyway, tell me a bit about your business journey. It's been short but intense. So how did you get to where you are right now?
Yeah, that's such a good way of putting it. Short and so I started my business March of 2020, right at the beginning-ish, or at least here in the States, of kind of pandemic craziness, which was honestly the best time for me to have started. There were just a lot of people who were needing to pivot, which seems like the word for 2020. Pivot. So so it made it kind of really great for someone like me and my agency to come in where people were like, crap, I need to readjust how I'm doing things. I need to be closer to cash. So please come in and help me restructure, reorganize, maybe bring in something new. So that's kind of what we do. And I started that in March, and we're, getting close to a year here soon, but
congratulations.
Thank you. So it was, quick and intense, but it's been amazing. It's been great.
Yeah. So like, I love that people wanted to be closer to cash.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? So cash flow is such a often overlooked thing in business that often when we start out, we think we're just going to send the invoice out, the money's going to come to us. Explain that concept to people who might be looking at starting a business or just start a business or having problems with cash in their business.
Yeah, absolutely. So, there's so many things that we want to do, and we have these big ideas and, a lot of things we want to implement in our business, but it might not be making us money, at the rate we want to be making it, where we find out that maybe there's kind of some avenues where we're finding people are buying maybe more packages of this or buying more of that product that you're selling. And so based on where you're at, how can you use that revenue to build as much as possible so that you can take that revenue and do what you really want to do, or adjust and invest it into something that, really, really brings you joy. So, sometimes that can be a difficult pill to swallow. And I think a lot of people in 2020 had to do a lot of that and kind of recess and, restart and look at, okay, what's really making me money? What can I do? What can I change in my current business model to maybe shorten things or expand things or offering it for a cheaper price so I can get more and more sales, or creating different packages so that I can, get to a place where I can do more
of the fun stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And often we talk about creating packages, and they don't need to be complex. They can just, as someone who works in marketing, we're always just trying to increase that lifetime value of a customer and look for ways to either prolong the relationship or increase the value of that relationship. And I think that's where your specialty lies, that.
Yeah. So we're absolutely. Yeah. So we're looking at strategy. We're looking how to scale their business. What systems are they using? Should they be using them? Are you using them to their full capabilities? Every month I have on my list, like, look at your subscriptions, or like, look at,
subscriptions.
Which,
they will eat cash so fast.
Absolutely. And then you're 3-4 months down the line, you're like, wait, why did I sign up for this? Or even am I even using it to its full capabilities? maybe I need to move to something cheaper. Maybe I need to move to just good old Excel, to manage some things and Google or whatever. And so, so we go in and kind of assess in a few different ways, but we look at what's the strategy of your business? What are your ultimate goals? How can we, create milestones and kind of slim it down? Make sure you're making money. Make sure you're using all of your money to the best of its abilities. And then, adjust and kind of work from there.
Yeah. It's an interesting, it can be a really interesting assessment because you think, I need, I see startups going into Infusionsoft, ClickFunnels, Kajabi, this, that, and the other. And it's like, just start off small, lean, generate some cash. And then when you know that your client attraction works and converts,
absolutely,
then look at big guys,
Right. These all-in-one systems like Kartra or Kajabi are great and wonderful, and they definitely have a use. And even for my business, one day I'll move into one of them. But for now, it's not useful. I would only use 20% of what it could offer. So then what am I actually paying for at this point of my business? So we all kind of get suckered into the new pretty app, especially me with my tech background. I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I've got a tech background too, and it's like, don't you don't need it.
Or, my friend, Jane is saying, sign up for this. Have you heard of this? And I'm like, well, I got to sign up because Jane told me to, but it also may not be what's best for my business. And so, having someone like me, an online business manager who can kind of tell you that's great. But maybe Q4 is like when we actually think to kind of implement to our business, as long as we're making this amount or as long as we reach these goals.
Yeah, you can reward yourself, reach that goal, and you can reward yourself with some new software and geek out on it.
That's so exciting, so sad at the same time.
We're geeking out here.
Yeah.
So your business obviously has not been around for a very long time, but businesses still evolve in the first year. So what were those signs? Like, obviously you went into your business with an idea. So what was that trigger to go into that? And then how's that evolution happened to that first really crucial 12 months?
Yeah, absolutely. So I really went into it. I have a tech background, as I mentioned, and a little bit of a VA background that transitioned to a lot of project management and strategic planning and operations. And so I had done that for a while in the corporate space. I had, some friends in my networks who were doing startups and really kind of looking for someone operations brain like me who can come in and just kind of assess, like, this is a great idea. How do we get it done? And really kind of taking a fine-tooth comb and sometimes in some cases ripping it apart so we can put it back together and asking the tough questions. And then I, kind of learned, like, I actually love doing this and I want to do it for myself. And so when I first started, it was social media and virtual assistant work. And then that transitioned to project management and now building an agency kind of around those things and then kind of doing online business management. So if someone comes in and they want to hire an OBM like me, we can absolutely talk about it. Where you're at in your business, are you ready for an OBM? And we may find out that they're not necessarily ready for an OBM. Maybe they need a project manager or maybe they need a tech VA. And within the agency, within my agency, we have staff for those things. And so we can find out that maybe we actually need to start with a VA and then we can work our way up to Devonees potentially, or maybe just what they needed right now is just like a VA to help them organize so that they can do, some other things. So
delegation is, I found, the one thing that really is like number one growth strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because just because you're busy doesn't mean you're productive.
Yep. Yeah.
And I think that's a really difficult transition for people who have worked for themselves for a long time, like me, to go, all right, I'm so busy all the time, but am I productive? Is that where money's being made? And someone like you, comes in and asks the hard questions.
Yeah. And are you even the best person to do this job? I think sometimes, and I'm learning too, but as entrepreneurs and as business owners, and especially even, female entrepreneurs in business, we think we have to do everything. We think we have to wear all of the hats. And so, you know, sometimes it's like, no, just hire someone to do your ads. It's going to save you so much time, money, stress.
Yeah, stress. Facebook ads are stressful.
And that matters. You know, your time is money. It really is. And so how many hours are you spending stressed about these ads or stressed about your social media or, you know, different things, these sales calls? Just outsource, find someone, make it happen. You know, that's something that you hate doing. So let's figure it out in the budget of how we can get someone to do it for you. Yep. Life is too short doing stuff you don't want to be doing.
And it's not just the time spent. It is, as you say, the stress.
The stress, yeah.
So many things can break in so many areas of your business. There's just no point doing it all yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think that's just such a big lesson to learn as someone in small business, and a really important lesson for everyone at every stage.
Right, absolutely.
So how do you manage your life as an entrepreneur? I don't know you, and I don't know your life, but I've done some research. So
well, that's good. I hope you found some things. I hope my SEO stuff is working. And I knew from the beginning that there were things that I didn't want to do or that I needed help in doing. And so, you know, within this time, I now have 7 people on my team as of a couple days ago, which is super exciting.
Wow, yeah.
And knowing, you know, from the beginning that, you know, I wanted help and I, you know, wanted to outsource certain things or just needed another brain like mine to help. And so that's been super amazing to do that. So adding people in to where I can just manage and make sure things are happening, and other people are assigned to some of our clients. Or it could be, you know, some of my OBM clients, so I'm working closely with the CEO and making sure things are happening. And, you know, we're staying on target and on track and kind of being that middle person so they don't have to manage all the things and be in the weeds of their business. And they can just go focus on what makes them happy, where they want to grow, what they want to do. And so that kind of just, you know, takes up my day. A lot of managing, which is great. And I love
a lot of managing.
Yeah.
You're like the opposite of me. I'm like, I just sit here and do some fun creative stuff, and I'm going to do the invoicing, and you know, being in the weeds of your business, you've got to work out the bits you don't like. And for a lot of my clients, so I obviously work in web and design and all of that stuff, and for me and my clients, it shows up as resistance, and it shows up in myself as resistance. What are you procrastinating on?
Right.
It's such a big sign.
Find those things, and like you continue to keep doing, and it's like, okay, I need someone to just do my QuickBooks. Like I need someone to do these things because
I need someone to reconcile my zero.
Right. Exactly. I'm becoming the bottleneck in my business, and it can't grow because I'm in the way. So find someone to help, you know.
Just do it. Just and start with a spreadsheet and go, okay, outsource. Boom. 1.
Exactly.
You need to be able to replicate your systems to be able to outsource them, but you need to identify what those things are.
Wow.
I know, because I have a spreadsheet that I've got outsourcing at the top. So what does a great day in the office look like for you?
A great day is one, I checked off everything in off my list.
Oh, yeah.
Fun colors and like highlighters. I'm able to use all of my sticky notes. I would say a really good day is when I'm able to really coach my clients on, you know, moving into what they want to do, and that it's okay to say no to certain things, that it's okay that your business doesn't look like someone else's. That what you have is magical and amazing, and everyone needs to hear it, and that's going to look different in some capacities to other people. And so having those really awesome conversations with other female entrepreneurs is the best parts that happen in my day. Definitely.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Because I read something the other day that said the difference between consulting and coaching is consulting, you do it for them, and then coaching, you help them to do it for themselves. And I think that's a really big distinction between you obviously do it in your business, I do in my business, where we can do it for you, and then we can also help you do it for yourself.
Exactly. Yep. It's finding out, how I can help you, how I can coach you, and we can, you know, gel and work these things together. And then also you know, you're needing a social media manager, don't worry, we have some for you. You're needing, you know, to set up these funnels or different things, don't worry, we have someone for you.
Yeah.
And we can, you know, we manage it and all those things. So
yeah. And that's so empowering, from the perspective of being a woman and helping other women, as you do. It's like, right, you know what, I can take this off your plate, I can de-stress it, I can show you how to do it if you want to know how the bones work, but then let's just focus on your zone of genius and what you need to do to grow your business.
Exactly.
And that's why I like being a behind the scenes person.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Me too. I love it. I love it. Like, how can you go do your thing, girl. I got you back here. Everything's running smoothly. You get on that stage, you say your talk or whatever it is, like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
You write that book, you know, go do your thing and we've got the rest of it for you. Don't worry. Yeah.
So it's such a relief, that feeling. And it's also wonderful to be able to do it for other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are your favorite tools? Because there's a lot of people who use a lot of different things. And my husband's been going on and on about, like, what am I going to use to help us track projects? And I'm like, oh, just talk to this person, talk to someone who's into productivity. Don't talk to me. But what are your favorite tools to help you be productive in your business?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, there's so freaking, there's so freaking many. So I have this like freebie on my page that when I first started, I was like, what's the best social media tool to use? And I found over 90 different social media scheduling systems, which is like, no,
probably used 88 of them.
I mean, honestly, like there's no, like it makes sense why everyone is so confused what to use, what to sign up for, why we have 1,700 subscriptions to things. So as far as like social media and planning, a lot of that, we love Planoly. Yeah, is one we use a lot. For like email marketing and things, we use Flowdesk because it's great, because I don't need all the bells and whistles of some of the others just yet. At some point, you know, I may, and it'll be time to switch. But for now, Flowdesk is fantastic and it's gorgeous. And then as far as like productivity, we love ClickUp. ClickUp's great, and teamwork. We love teamwork too.
It's funny because one of my friends is an OBM. Yeah. And she's like systems brain, and she is obsessed with ClickUp.
It's great.
And that's what I told my husband to go. I said, go look at ClickUp. He's like,
yeah, it's the best. There's so like Asana, Monday, Trello, blah, 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 right? There's so many of them. I love ClickUp because you can get more bang for your buck, meaning you can get more for free. I'm still on the free version. I still have tons of people on there. My whole business is on there, and I'm still able to get a lot of things in the free version. And then once you get into like the paid versions and you're paying for seats, like their platform is just better, at least right now, than, you know, some of the other ones. And, you know, who knows what will come in 6 months, and maybe there'll be something.
Yeah, something else for us to try.
Do a little test. We won't move anything yet, but maybe we'll, you know, peek and take a look at it.
Just for fun. Oh, research. Yeah,
it's research. Wait until Q4 to add it in, but at least you can like take a peek at it.
Yeah, just a little try. And that's funny, isn't it? Because we all, like, people love Trello or they love Asana. It's like, there seems to be, like, I use Airtable myself, but that's the way my brain works. But it's funny because people think, oh, just because that person's using it, I should be using it. But it also depends on how your brain works.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. What even down to like the colors.
Oh yeah.
Like way the colors are and how, you know, it's organized. I like a more clean space with like pops of color, right? Where other people are like,
I have to color code everything.
Everything's color coded. Right. So it also, that definitely matters, is how you know, how you work and how things are organized. So.
Yeah, the Kanban or the spreadsheet layout. And I think I'm so old now that I'm so used to spreadsheets that I can't change.
Yeah. I know.
You're feeling me. You're feeling me.
Yeah, I sure do. That project manager in me that I'm like, something about Excel, something about
good old Excel.
So great. Yeah,
oh my gosh. I've been using it for my whole life, it feels.
Yeah.
So one of the things that affects every single entrepreneur I know is imposter syndrome. So what are your methods to overcome this, and how do you respond to the bad days in business? Now, when I was doing my research, I know, so you had a background in music.
Yeah.
So did that help you in your business? If you're a performing artist, obviously, I don't know which degree of music you did, like how you did it, but yeah, I found that really interesting. pivot?
That's a really great question. I've never been asked that before. You did some research. No, I
I
love this.
did.
So yeah, so I played a lot of instruments growing up, and then went to college for music for a while. And I will say that music is a whole different language. And I do think that that really has helped me lean into kind of my left brain amazingness. As playing different instruments, using different hands, being able to, you know, kind of organize things in those ways, as, you know, right on the spot. I definitely think that, you know, there's something to reading music that really trains your brain to do things differently, to attack problems and projects differently. So yeah, I mean, I've never really thought about it that way, but, you know, I haven't played any instruments in, gosh, probably like 5 or 6 years, but I'm starting to, you know, again, I'm assigning things out and outsourcing things so I can do things that I love to do, which include playing the piano again. And so I'll be starting to do that in February, which I'm really excited about.
Yay.
So yeah, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I would say, you know, and kind of your question of imposter syndrome and kind of touching on that, I think getting into, there's a million social media, you know, managers, and there's a million virtual assistants and OBMs out there, right? So it's really just finding out my own niche and knowing that, like, I have something that is useful and that I can provide for the right person. And so adopting my business model or method based on someone else is not true to what I want to do or what I want to own, and won't make me happy. And so figuring out, this person does a great job, or this person does great at this, and maybe figuring out my own special sauce, and just like really trusting in that, and, you know, making adjustments here and there. But, you know, this is what the business offers, and staying true to that as much as possible.
Yeah. And just because someone else is offering something doesn't mean you have to.
Right.
If you don't enjoy it, don't do it, because you will resent it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's something that I've heard so much in starting my journey and in working with my mentors and things like that, of just like, I wish I didn't do that, or I wish I would have outsourced that, or it's not fun, so pay someone to do it. And I'm like, soaking it all up. Yes, I won't be, you know, doing those things because it's just not fun, you know. No. So,
and there's no point.
There's no point. Yeah.
No point doing it if you don't find it fun. It's
right.
You may as well work with someone else.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your mentors. So how do you maintain your sense of community? I mean, mentors are so important. Everybody, mentors, get one.
Important. Absolutely so important. Yeah. Yeah. And thankfully I had a mentor from day one, and that was someone that I worked with in a few other projects prior to, you know, officially starting my business. And so that was extremely helpful. And I feel like I spent all 2020 doing a little bit of dating here and there of like what network groups I want to join, and like, you know, what kind of fits the bill, and what's important to me, you know. And so, you know, I knew it was definitely women, and especially women of color, and, you know, joining community groups like that became, you know, even more important for me, and necessary for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you talked about what's important to you. That values alignment is something that we often overlook when we go into business in the beginning, but it's got to be a values alignment with every aspect of your business.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. And having the confidence and authority in yourself to just say no, even if you're down the line with a client or starting something with a client and it's just not vibing and jiving, like, you can say no. It's your time, it's your money, and of course do it in a way that's respectable and yada yada yada. You know, don't, you know, mess up your reputation in some sense, but also you don't have to. If it's not serving you overall, you don't have to do it. So let it go.
Yeah. And I found in those situations, I just research someone else who, or I look in my network for someone else who can do that. It's either you're not capable, or it's not values alignment, or you just don't get along personally with that client. I just find someone and I go, look, this person does this person does that, and send them on their way and go, you know, thanks for your time.
Yeah. Peace and blessings. That's what I always say. Peace and blessings to you. See you later.
Through the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Off you go. I'll set you free.
Yeah.
So what's your why in your business? And we've touched on helping women, and in your business, women of color especially, incredibly important. And what keeps you motivated?
Yeah, I would say really helping, I would say two parts, helping women to step in, specifically about female business owners, stepping into what they really want to do, finding out how we can do it, and releasing a lot of these shoulds off of their,
I hate the word should.
off of their list, and I should be doing this, and I have to be doing this, and
or I should be here by now. It's like, no.
Here by now, right? Exactly. And my goals, I should be making this much, or I should be selling this much, and switching it to I want to be doing this, and these wants are way easier to work with. I want to be selling, 50 units of my product or something like that. Great. What are the small milestones we can create to get you up to that point? Because you want to be doing that. And I think want has more of a passion than I should be doing something. So I would say that side. On the other end of my agency, my team is all women, and mostly women of color, which is fantastic and definitely a major core value of myself and my business. And so really finding women in the service industry, those who have been VAs or project managers or maybe technical VAs, and really standing in confidence that they know what they're doing, that their voice matters, that they have opinions, and to share them with confidence and metrics, because everything has a number in my brain. And so, I mean, that's kind of how things work sometimes, good or bad. And so going into it and sharing these things with, their clients or with themselves, that if you have a good idea, share it. Like, who cares who's in the room? You have a voice, you matter, and make it heard. And sometimes that is with facts and metrics, and sometimes that's with passion and authority. And so those things are, they're kind of, intertwined within themselves. But, my why is just really helping badass women do the damn thing in the best way they can. Like, joy.
It's the best tagline ever. Helping badass women do the damn thing.
Yeah,
the best way ever. I love it.
Yeah. And in a way that's joyful and easy. And easy doesn't mean perfect. Easy just means like that's just not a time suck and like a drain suck. And
simple.
When you leave your workspace, you're not drained to not spend time with your family or enjoy your pets or go out into the world. How can we make this work day of this business that you started, that you love, continue to have some bit of joy. Just have some bit of joy, and a lot of clients that I've worked with since I started, and other groups that I've joined, that just those things just keep ringing true, and hearing more about just being happier in the work that you're
be
choosing.
Happy, darling. Yeah.
And how can we figure out how to make it work? And sometimes it's not that hard. Sometimes it's like, you're not good at running these ads. Let's find someone else to do it. So
and that happiness, and it's like you encounter people and go, I'm feeling so overwhelmed or stressed or anxious or unhappy, and it's like, you're in business for yourself. How can we change this?
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
And cards, this is your baby, and this baby's causing you a lot of stress. So they
do.
Yeah. Yeah, figure this out. Yeah,
I love it. So what are your tips for all the smart women in business across the world? You can pick your top 5, top 3, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would say one would definitely to do a self-assessment and write it down. What do you like doing in your business? What you don't like doing in your business? And then kind of taking that list, and is it assessing that and saying, is that something I want to learn? And maybe I don't like it because I don't fully understand how to do it, or I really just flip and hate it. I don't want to do it anymore. And so figuring out like, outsource it. So I would say just really taking taking a moment and just stopping and taking a look at what you're doing, And is it useful? Is it helpful? And if it's not, how can we get rid of it? How can we assign it to someone else? How can we remove it from your company? How can you make a, it might need to be a slow transition, but at some point it's going to leave your, your docket and you can move on.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say that it's just really taking stock, just stopping and assessing and deciding if it's worth it. If it's not,
let it go.
Let it go. I would say that would probably be the biggest tip. And then also, because I am a strategies and systems person, I would definitely say before starting anything new to have a strategy. And it doesn't have to be as in depth or crazy of a strategy that I would maybe put together for you. But I will say, there's a lot of danger that comes with like, I have an idea and then implementing it the next day.
Yeah.
Sometimes just taking a leap and just doing it, there's definitely value in that for sure. I'm not saying that everything needs to have a very tailored strategy, but I will say that there are a lot of things that you could save yourself so much time, money, and stress, again, if you have a pretty decent plan before getting.
Yeah. We love jumping in feet first, but sometimes it's not such a smart plan. So
exactly.
How can listeners and viewers, because this is also on YouTube, find out more about you and your agency?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find me at ProSavvy AS. It's ProSavvyAS.com. And then you can find me on social medias that way as well. And ProSavvy Admin Services is still currently my Instagram handle.
Oh, fun. I'll find you.
Yeah, find me.
We'll put your links in the show notes. Thank you so much for your time today, Devonee. I hope you have a fab day.
Yeah, thank you so much.